Hello everyone, this is Trader Jolie, and this is the last day for 2020. So I gotta start next section in like 2 minutes. Maybe there are more and more friends, more my followers will come in and join our this seminar today, because yesterday I had a stream yesterday and it was in Mandarin. And I saw some friends in the live chat says, can you do it in English? Yeah, actually I haven't been speaking English for quite a while, but yeah, I'm willing to try it. And I believe, although I didn't speak very fluent English, but if I'm able to deliver my ideas to you, and I think that's enough. Alright, so just like yesterday we talked about my recent ideas, right? Yesterday I talked about my recent ideas, like at a Blizzard, XPEV, IGE, and this Arrow ACY. Yeah, yesterday this ACY just broke down its inside day to the downside, right? Right, exactly the same as which one? Exactly the same as Kodak. Okay, right? If you still remember, yeah, I gotta type lots of names that it's very make me impressive in 2020 today to just do a yearly review for the whole stock market. Okay, and yes, this year, if I have to start this section, Kodak may be one of the most impressive one, right? It was like at the end of July, and it's trading at like only 2.62 per share by then, right? And it just had a very strong breakout. Yeah, but by then, this breakout, it doesn't seem very strong, right? But still, from 2.25 to 2.62, that was a more than 15% up. So if you had to keep looking on this name, this is already a very important signal for you to look at some trades long. And what's very special was, yeah, it jumped high the other day to like 4 times of the previous close price, right? It went up to $10. And if you think, oh, that's already very it's very exaggerate maybe. No, not at all, because the other day, the next day, it went up to $60 per share. And only because of it's saying that they are going to the medicine industry, right? And only this news could make it had such a nice rally. But the real logic, why would this stock had such a crazy rally by then, was because a name we called positive recycle. Does anyone knows what is positive recycle? Recycle. Alright, so a positive recycle means, yes, in such a stock, Kodak, still there might be some people trading these names every day, right? And there are maybe many short sellers of these names, and their profit just getting away when this Madubozu came out. Okay, when this Madubozu came out, if let's say if you had shorted this stock at $3, okay, at $3, you might have a nice run from 3 to 2. That's a 33%, right? That's a 33% on your profit. But when this model come out, your profit just fade out, fading away. So people who held the short, they start to buy because of a decrease of their profit. Okay, and when people start to buy, it will become this kind of situation that my out will trigger your out. Yeah, of course, I'm not talking about you and me. I'm talking about everybody. Everyone who had short the stock, or maybe someone who didn't buy the stock and still really want to join in, right? So if there are so many short sellers, all of which will maybe have a stop loss, right? Maybe they have, maybe not. But if they have a stop loss, people have different stop loss point, right? But when it starts wrong, everyone who had shorted the stock like this year, or maybe even earlier in like 2018, I start to losing money in a big way, right? So all of a sudden, everyone on this stock start to buy. Both the short sellers and the people who want to join the momentum start to buy, right? So everyone is buying, but this stock didn't have such a great volume, didn't have such a great volume liquidity, right? So when the stock start to rise, it just non-stop to went to the sky, skyrocketing, right? But after that, people start, like someone who had bought the stock at $10, they see, it's already maybe not $60, maybe $50, maybe $40. They will be like, I'm up a lot in my account. So I feel very free, very easy to take some profit. And again, all the things turn around. So you take profit, I take my profit, everyone take profit. Every bullish people are starting to sell. So that's how this happens, this shallow happens. So if you remember this case very well, after the $60 day, it was an inside day, right? It was an inside day by then, and this inside day means so much. This inside day means very, very much, because if it was still able to break to the upside, that means, that like the medicine news was for real, and Kodak starting to turn around to be again back to the stage, right? But if this inside day break to the downside, that means maybe the bubble had starting to work, starting to be broken. So finally it broke to the downside, and all the way back to where it started. And this is what happened yesterday in ACY, this Aerocentury Corporation. It went skyrocketing yesterday from $2 to $38, and inside day break to the downside. So for me, yesterday was another day to went down for 26%, right? And still, please don't try to pick the bottom now. It's more likely to copy what happens to Kodak. Maybe you won't fill the gap. Kodak didn't really, it didn't fill the original gap, right? It didn't fill. But again, people heard it a lot. There are so many people who was like, chasing the high and didn't put any out. Did anyone here try this kind of trading way, like you chase the price but didn't put any kind of stop loss? So what you experienced was, maybe you bought at 40 and you just become a shareholder, right? Become a shareholder to see whether if there is one day it could go back to maybe $30, $40 to make your profit come back. But that's pretty much unreal, especially unreal in this kind of momentum names. Okay, so my suggestion is, yes, if you are very your risk appetite is very high, then this kind of stock, you can trade this kind of stock, but of course you have to have a stopped out. Okay, and calculate your risk to maybe like a $100 risk, and then so maybe you take only 50 shares or something like that, so you won't losing very much money in this kind of momentum names. Okay, so let's for Kodak, and there are so many things happen this year. Besides this kind of names, the major topic for 2020, of course, it will be the COVID-19, right? And if you still remember, things going on different stage this year. First of all, let's go back to SPX 500. At first, when China start to break out the COVID-19, at first, actually, like at the end of 2019 maybe, and by then I was in my honeymoon in Maldives. Yes, and that was January and February. So when it was Chinese New Year, and people are starting to stay at home and to avoid the more infection of the COVID-19, right? But by then, the America didn't have so many people who had caught the COVID-19, so the stock market still went higher and higher. Yeah, that's the first stage. That it's none of our business. The American stock market remain very strong, right? And second, when things go into America, that becomes many days, like 4 times in 10 days to trigger the to drop down more than 10% in a day, right? Well, that was very impressive by then. And all of a sudden, like at the end of March, I remember very well. By then, I was looking for one thing to make sure if I can buy the stock. Of course, when I will tell you when the things went down like that, I won't be easily to pick the button. By then, I didn't. But I was looking for 2 kind of signal. First, the first quarter earning report. Yeah, everybody knows. Yeah, people were working at home, and so many business had a negative impact on that. Besides that, there are still things like the Black Lives Matter, something like that. So, intuitively speaking, it's hard for people to decide to buy the stock by then, right? So the main influence, it was the first quarter earning report. if everything happened didn't really make the earning report become very, very bad, then that might be a time to start to establish some long positions, right? And the second was very important too. That was chart patterns. To be more clear, I was looking for if there is a daily uptrend. So I need both conviction for me to turn bullish on stock market. That was my case. That was my case. And what happened was when it just dropped down there, here at the end of March, that was the first reversal sign, a bullish engulfing, right? But I will tell you that a bullish engulfing wasn't enough for me to learn. Yeah, it wasn't enough. It didn't trigger either of these two, right? So I was waiting, and I wait for the real important day was April 6th. This day, both convictions were taken place. Okay, both convictions were taken place. So it was ahead, starting the earnings season of first quarter, and a daily uptrend, higher high and higher lows. So this was the day I turned bullish. But there are so many people that stayed in bearish mindset for the whole years and wasn't able to turn to bullish because of COVID-19, and says, oh, the economy was bad, so you can't long the stock now. But everyone who holds that kind of mindset, maybe they just hit their ties badly, right? So after that, things are turning around, and that's when all the stocks, if you can have some connection to show you even a beneficiary on this kind of market, that will make you a very, very big performance. Like the first name come to everybody's eye was Zoom, right? Actually, when it was when back to 2017, we started to use Zoom for our classes, right? If you still remember, we start to our online courses on Zoom, right? So by then, I was a Zoom user back to 2017. It was kind of rare in Taiwan or in China, So I was familiar with this name. So at the end of February, everyone's taking working at home and taking online classes. This name come up to my watch list, and that was only 100 per share, right? So all of a sudden, everyone's talking about the stock. Even there was a joke, another ticker named ZOOM, but then people bought the wrong stock and make ZOOM to went very high, and people say, oh, that's not the Zoom, you should buy. That's ZM. What's the right name, right? So Zoom was the first name, and second, after that, Tesla. It divided its shares this year, and it's already went higher then the price before it divided, it sucks. That's very crazy. That's very insane. But yeah, it just happens this year. And not only Tesla, still, let's say about Tesla, just make a new all-time high, right? Just make a new all-time highs here. So the point is, there's no reason at all to be bearish on this name. Yeah, I had my fundamental analysis, but in this kind of stock, you don't look at them by in terms of like PE ratios, in terms of like EPS. That was not a major factor to affect its stock price. So there was always a debate in the financial department in college, like General Motors versus Tesla, which is worth higher. That was a debate back to the times I was in school. Because if you look at the financial numbers, even today, that was like 6-7 years before when I talked about this. And even you look at this today, yeah, Tesla P ratio like more than 1,000. Maybe you say the next year, yeah, 2021, you will have a very, very strong growth, 3.84, right? Let's say General Motors. It performs very well in terms of financial report, but not on its stock price, only 41, the 84 per share. So they have very big difference in their market cap, right? Tesla is already like 10 times than General Motors. And my point is, when you trade a name that people are looking at its futures, maybe not only futures, maybe by its own the founders, Elon Musk, financial numbers wasn't the only one thing they are caring about. So if you try to create this kind of stock, what kind of stock? Like P ratio higher than like 100, not ratio higher than 100. Please don't easily think they are overvalued. This is something that the long-term investment, all those books, all those textbooks won't teach you, right? This kind of stocks, the more appropriate way to look at this kind of stocks was okay. I can get it, of course. When we talked about the P ratio higher than 100, this topic, there might be some real ones and fake ones. The real ones was like Tesla, right? What was like something like, yeah, this the other important topic next, the pet industry, like Trupanion. Something that like this kind of company that you can think of their future easily. They are catching people's eye. This is a unicorn industry, something like that. That was a very, very high valuation to over 100 times of P ratio. And some of the names that hold the high P ratio, like if you open this Firebase here, you can just we have some setting like I want it's over 2 billion market cap. I don't want those names that was too small to trade. And you can see P ratio here. Okay, some of the names here, you can see over 10,000. But the one important thing was, let's see this TL's education. If you look at the numbers, maybe some of the company will put their loss one time in this quarter or this year to make the EPS looks very low. When EPS looks when EPS are getting low because of some one-time loss, like some reputations, like some some kind of loss it had to bring it on the financial report, but only one time, that will make their P ratio become very, very high. But this high doesn't really mean many things. Because it didn't really affect the daily business. It didn't affect their business as usual, right? So this kind of high P ratio didn't really mean anything. But if for those real future stocks, people for some reason love the stock. Okay, let's talk about this thought. If there is a stock that people love, are you bullish or bearish? You know there is a stock that people love very much. Are you bullish or bearish? Yeah, that's another debate, right? Some will say that, oh, people are chasing the stocks. This stock is too high. I will fear when others are greedy. Something like that, right? Sounds familiar, right? But for me, this sentence only means one thing. That only one information embedded in this sentence. That was, there are momentums here. Momentums? I don't think momentum is countable. There is momentum here. So for a trader, we don't really be too bullish or too bearish on a name. We look for momentum to trade, to take on the momentum trends, right? So I would love to trade this kind of stocks. They are abundant momentum. There is abundant momentum for us to trade. So of course, by then, when it's able to make new all-time highs, please stay in bullish. Okay, so the rise of Tesla also brings all the relative concept to stocks higher, like Xiaopeng, NIO, these automobile stocks, and there are names like its supply chain or anything related also had a very nice rally this year. That's impressive, and it's still happening, right? Still happening. So what you have to solve is how you look at the stock today and maybe tomorrow. My conclusion is very simple. My conclusion is I never really talk about this talk about this context in English, but I tried. There are three exceptions. There are three exceptions to do a counter trend trade. Yeah, generally, I mean, most of the time, I am a trend follower. When it's an uptrend, I want to long. I don't care. I don't care if this is $700 or $600 or $500 or higher or lower. I don't care. What I care is it's a daily uptrend. This is what happened in BTC. Right? BTC today just make new all-time high too. And yeah, all the fourth quarter of 2020, I just keep on saying this kind of sentence. I always tell people that it's not too high in 13,000, not too high in 16,000, not too high in 18,000, not too high in 20,000, not too high in 28,000. Why? Because it's daily uptrend. Right? If you are a trend trader and you don't have a valuation model for these names, please don't easily say it's overvalued. Otherwise, you will trade in a very, very dangerous mode. Right? This is a very terrible way to trade. So, if I don't care about it's 700 or 300, what I care about is this is a daily uptrend, so I want to long, right? But still, of course, I know chasing the high means high risk. But high risk means high reward. High risk brings high reward, right? So I'm still willing to take loans. Except what? First, if there is a daily reversal sign, like inside day broke to the downside, like daily shooting star, like daily bearish engulfing, something like that will make me turn less bullish in an uptrend, right? And second, let's say three of them. The second, that was a buy low, sell high pattern in higher time frame. What is a buy low, sell high pattern in higher time frame? I don't know if anyone here use fib retracement to trade. If you use fib retracement to trade, let's say if you draw a point a 618 here, this means you would like to long at 496, right? So if one day you saw it pulls back here to all the way to this spot, you want to long. So even though that may probably be a downtrend when it gets there, I still want to long. That's why this is an exception. Okay, but again, the first I say it had to be higher than daily chart. Second, it had to be higher than daily chart, and the third exception was it turned to daily downtrend. How? By if it's starting to make a lower low and lower highs. If we start to work like to go like this way, then it won't be too crazy to take some short trade. But again, let's turn back to the daily chart today. Is there one of these three exceptions here? Is there one of these three exceptions here? No, not at all. Right? Not at all. So there's no exception today. I would only want to take long trades. Okay? So that's how we get our conclusion. Alright, so that's for Tesla. And this series, yeah, there's still some names that worth mentioning. Wayfair. Yeah, Wayfair is so interesting. Does anyone here knows about Citron? Is anyone here knows about Citron? Citron Research. Yeah, it was famous or even notorious about its report on individual names that you may say, yeah, this stock worth $0 or worth minus $10, something like that. And I remembered very well all the like 2019 or even earlier. It had a lot of reports on this name to say it believe Wayfair worth only $10 a share, right? So they kept on shorting the stock, and they were extremely right at the starting of 2020 when Wayfair went down to 20 share per share. Yeah, they had all their reports when it's trading higher than 100 a share and it's trending all the way back to 20. People may think about, yeah, it's like their previous victories in names like VRX, MNK, in names like GoPro, 3D Systems. That's all from Citron, right? But when COVID-19 started to spread, Wayfair had its turnaround, dramatically turnaround. Okay, and this is interesting when you look at the analyst. When you look at the analyst, I don't know if I can see the whole. Yeah, you can see some of them. That was, yeah, some. If you over Apple, actually you can see it on marketbet.com. You can see all the history of the analyst to their price target for this name, and you will see when it's going down, everyone would downgrade this name and put its price target lower and lower, lower and lower and lower. But when you turn around, those people will in someday, yeah, they won't do it like only in a week, but in someday they will just again upgrade the name and say, oh, it worth a lot now. So that's how analysts, that's not how research works. You can't say they are deceiving investors. No, they are not. They try their best to research, right? But research didn't mean stock price. So please don't believe any kind of research report too much. Okay, you can take that as a reference, but that can't be a source of a trading plan. Okay, so yeah, I opened it, but ooh, okay, that's fine. So because it's online business went very well when the Amazon was try their best to help everything happens in COVID-19. So their business starting to grow because Amazon have some other things to do, right? So that's how it went from $20 to $300, more than $300, and now it's my dad. It's already a daily downtrend, so I won't really say you can't short stock now because you have reason to do so, and also you can see it's also a name that was trading in a relatively traditional speaking at a very high valuation because of its profit earning ability, and its stock price didn't really like coherent with each other, right? So but still, that's why chart patterns matter. Okay, so there are still other worth mentioning, like Disney. Oh, this new all-time high yesterday. Disney, at first it was easy to think about it like it was one of the most victim on COVID-19 because both their Disneyland or their movie business were hit badly earlier in this year, right? But the fantastic part of it was it has so many IPs to starting a very good online streaming business. Okay, so it has a whole year to build up a platform, and when the Disneyland came back, when the movie theater came back, and their new business grown up and up, Disney's just went to another era, another stage. So again, I will still be very bullish on Disney, especially when it's making new all-time highs. So let's make a trading plan now. Like pull back to 175 to long. Okay, maybe not a bad idea. Okay, so it's already 4:40. For now, I would like to interact with all the audience here. If you guys have any kinds of questions, please type in our live chat room, and I will try to answer all the questions. And I maybe if I have time in the following year 2021, I would have more time to do TradingView online streaming. Okay, and I hope everybody can do very well in the following years. Happy New Year! Happy New Year! Okay, if you have what's interesting. Are we live now? Yes, we are live now. Flow FX. What is my idea about Tesla? I think I already mentioned about Tesla. My idea is bullish. But how? The problem is when you buy at 700 share, where is your stop loss? Right? So I know I'm bullish. When it comes to a trading plan, how do you enter a trade? How do you buy? It have to be in a smaller time frame. Like when the market opens, you turn to 15-minute chart, you turn to hourly chart maybe to look for trading opportunities. Let's see, like 15-minute chart. I love trading 15-minute chart in the market opening hour. Like yesterday it was one of my favorite trade. Okay, it was 9:30 in the morning, the market opens. That was this candle. Okay, and right after this candle, it was an inside 15. So Again, we are bullish, right? We are bullish. I want to long the stock. And here is my trade. I can just make a very simple trading plan to do the inside 15 breakout. Okay, so let's again do the trading plan here. So you can long the Tesla, like you buy the and your out would be below like 60 68. Alright, so it's only a $5 risk trade. If you are able to risk, let's say only 200. Yeah, that's how traders consider a trade. Okay, if you are able to risk 200 in this trade, you can take 40 shares. And differently, if you are risk 500, 1,000 or more, you got different shares. And it went very well yesterday, right? The fun part was, this is for yesterday, right? If you have exactly same trade today, can you take? Let's say, yeah, 9:30. It had a doji. You had a doji and the first 15 minutes of the day, and again had a new inside 15. Can you take the trade? My answer is of course yes, and yes. Okay, so that's the interesting part about learning a trading system. A trading system means you are always looking for the trades that are aligned with your definitions. If it's aligned with my definitions, I'm willing to risk. I won't care too much about whether it's 670 or it's 700 or it's lower or it's higher. We are trading, we are catching the momentum. Okay, so that's for Tesla. GBP USD plays. Okay, we can do GBP again. Yeah, I just make. Yesterday it was an inside day breakout. And already make a new 2020 high, right? So I will be very bullish. I will be very, very bullish here. And when you already got your bullish mindset here, I can have a trading plan. Maybe this one already it had pullback already, so maybe lower. I may be waiting for the 1.3628 spot long and put out below 136 fig spot. Maybe 135.95 here. Yeah, that's a plan for pullback long, and this is for pullback. If it didn't pull back, it just went skyrocketing higher and higher. How? Again, you can trade inside bars. I have so many. There are so many call outs to in my groups that says they want to do this inside 30 inside hour. Yeah, people were trading this hourly shooter this morning, and wow, that was already a 3-to-1 risk reward trade. 1 to 3 1 to 3 risk reward trade. Okay, so that's for GBP. Just keep on looking for trades to long. Okay, next. What do you think about STM? That's not really a very familiar name to me, but still I can show you how I deal with the new name. So first of all, yeah, ST Microelectronics. It had a, this is what we called exhaustion gap, right? It's exhaustion gap or a dividend gap. It's an exhaustion gap. Okay, so it's an exhaustion gap means when they pull back to here, like 39.25 spot. That's the time you were turning bearish. Okay, so there is a important. If you want to long this stock, please take some profit at 39.25 spot. Okay, but besides that, let's look at the fundamentals to see how this name goes. Okay, it's a awesome semiconductor company in Switzerland, and yeah, looks like its financial is healthy. It's very healthy. So again, I don't hate to look for some kind of long opportunities on these names. Again, you can turn to hourly chart. In hourly chart, it's already what? It's already a double bottom. Already a double bottom, or even a small bullish harmonic pattern, right? Maybe, sort of. So there's a trade here. You can long the stock at 35.88 spot, put out below 34.50, and in for 39.25. That's a 1 to 4, almost 1 to 3 risk reward trade. Okay, so that's for STM. So if there are any kind of other questions, feel free to put it on the left chart run, and our section will be over in like 5 minutes. But yeah, it's my pleasure to interact with everybody. I think TradingView streaming has one interesting part is when people are looking at the replay. When people are looking at the replay, it's like they are in the live streaming, right? So yeah, you are right to ask if we are live streaming. Yes, I answer you yes, but the only chance I can interact with you guys was when I was really live streaming. If you saw this on replay, yeah, I can't answer your questions. Okay, so let's say some, yeah. So Baba yesterday, we have to mention PDD and Bilibili. These two names were the major. Yeah, you let's see the PDD first. Again, it was an insider breakout the day before yesterday. Okay, insider breakout the day before yesterday, and it went more than well. It went to all the way to all-time high. So always I'm trying to challenge the idea of don't chase I will put so many question mark here. Anyone who were willing to chase high of Pinduoduo, of PDD until yesterday, did they win money or lose money? They win a lot of money. So why don't you chasing the high? The main point was, if you chase the high without a plan or an out, This sentence is right. Don't just chase. You have to have a trade. You have to have a plan. You have to have a out to measure your risk, right? But if you trade with inside bars is a solution. For high chasing trading plans, right? You know, and I know the best strategy for this kind of stock this year was in any kind of, if you are able to create some sort of long positions, you will feel very happy. Not only PDD, not only Bilibili, but also Taiwan Semiconductor, right? So don't chase the high. It's always a fake issue, a very, very fake issue. People will say that, oh, when I chase the high, the price went down. But please look at this kind of price movement every day. If I set the volume, if you look at the volume, more than millions of shares were trading day to day, right? So millions of shares were bought by some of the people, and some of the people, they always think when they buy, the price will went down, the price will go down. But until today, do you see any kind of that event happens? Yes, you say yes. Hey, I bought here, and you went down, yes. But if you have a trading plan, or if you were able to hold the shares to today, you win money. So I saw too many people, they have a three stage of trading. First stage is always chasing and losing. That's the first stage. That's how traders become very fearful for momentum. So that will take you the next stage. You will become hesitant, didn't able to trade in time because you were hurt by those price chasing. But the most important part is to become the third stage. That was having a clear rule of trading. And keep looking for what I feel, maybe that's have something to do with what I'm doing. There are so many people in the second stage. When they see price action like this, they hesitate. They don't want to chase. And even the worst part of the second stage is they will try to target those who were willing to chase. They will say, oh, you want to chase the high now? You are an idiot. And I believe the worst way of communication in financial market was trying to say some other trader's idea is bad. I never do that. Please don't. Okay, you don't, you hesitate, you miss the opportunity. That's your choice. But anyone who were able to take on the trend, can you say they are wrong? I don't think so. So you have to, what you have to work on is, you have to work on how to get to the third stage. You may start to build out the trading rules for yourself today, maybe after this stream. But there are too many examples this year, not only in stock market, but also in like BTC, but also in all the currencies, and even the gold. The gold went up higher than 2000 this year. So how do those people who weren't able to chase the high to trade when price went like this? And of course, I know people will say, people like you, Trader Jolie, people like you may buy the gold over than 2000. You may make people buy at such a high price. You are bad. Hey, please, the most important of all, people like me, we momentum traders, we will buy here. Yes, we will buy anywhere as long as it's an uptrend. So yes, and even we buy it 2000 watt, we still were able to catch in the final momentum, right? And yes, I will tell you, still, even when it was 2060, 2070, I won't say there are exceptions until when? Until this candle happens. And the second important of all, we set stop loss. When we were wrong, $100 risk, $200 risk, take it. The market take it away, no problem at all. But when we were right, we will be on the trend. So so what I really want to say is, don't say people who were able to build up some long positions in such a good uptrend has any kind of problems. The real problems was they don't have a solution of pulling out. They just bought and didn't know how to pull out. They maybe just buy and said, I aim for 2200, I aim for 2500, and didn't pull out. And all of a sudden, their account disappeared because a pullback. Because of a pullback. But for us, when a pullback, we can turn our daily mindset, turn our opinion when a daily reversal sign happens. And maybe, yes, in this day, we may be stopped out for a few trades. But before that, we already have a very, very nice rally. Right? So that's what is happening in BTC now. I won't say it's too high at 29,000. It's not high at all. It's not high at all. Just like SPX 500, it's not high at all. It's an inside day today, but okay, you can see there are inside day in SPX 500, Nasdaq, and Dow Jones, right? 3 of them were inside days. If inside day broke to the downside, I could turn to a daily bearish mindset, but for only one day. But actually, today, the last day for 2020. Let's go have some fun. You don't really have to trade, right? So I would more likely to take strolling a vacation tonight and trade everything in 2021. So that's what I will do for this inside day. But still, if you briefly downside, if you have some long position, you can take some profit. If we briefly upside, again, no reversal sign at all. Just keep on being bullish. Alright, that's it. So ACN, what's your next new rep? Well, I'm working on it. Cosa Pansy, the ACN. ACN. I traded ACN several times when I was in Wall Street, and it's a very good uptrend and a very good runaway gap. So it's consolidating here to finish the EMA corrections. I would be like to waiting for a 250 pullback to long. 250 pullback to long. But this trade, you don't put the buy limit there. Please don't put the buy limit there. Please wait for it when they hitting the area, hitting 250. Turn back to hourly chart or even smaller 15-minute chart to look for some reversal sign down here, like inside 15, like an hourly hammer to build up your long position. Alright, that's it for today. Thanks everyone for joining. And this is Trader Jolie. If you like my courses, you can follow me on TradingView. You can follow me on my YouTube channel. You can link to for my whatever ideas and see the column here. This is my YouTube channel, so you can follow me there, and I will upload today's video there too. But most of my videos were in Mandarin. That's what I have to say. Okay, that's everything for today. Thanks everybody. May everybody have a happy new year. See you in 2021. Bye bye.